The summer in England has just started to take over, and that means that it is also time for some Test cricket action. And we have a pretty good series on our hands in the month of June and July as we get closer to the England and India series, which has now been renamed to as the Anderson and Tendulkar Trophy, which was earlier called the Pataudi Trophy. But it will still hold a bit of name in the one of the medals that will be given to the winning captain. But yeah, as I said, it's Test cricket time, especially in an England summer in the month of June, July, August, and it's a 5-match series between India and England, which has been since a lot of time now, and it's a pretty good series. There's been a talk about this for a long time. Both teams looking to get start their new World Test Championship cycle on a good note as well. India missed out the last time to the finals. They were third in the Test Championship, table. So they'd want to, get back, and it is a new start for them as well. A couple of players retiring, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Ravichandran Ashwin. These are huge names, especially if you look at somebody like Ashwin, Kohli, who were the linchpins of the side for such a long time. It's a huge setback, and but it is an opportunity for some of the younger players who are coming into the side who've been picked for this tour. And I feel it's a terrific opportunity for these guys to seal their place, not just seal, but show what they're capable and why they deserve to be in the Indian team. I'll talk about both the teams. This is a basic preview of the series, but more importantly, it's a preview for the first game as well. So all in all, a mix. I'll try to talk about the mix, keep it a mix. I'll talk about the Indian team first, and then move forward to the England team. Talk about India, as I said just now, that the team is going through a bit of changes. More than that, I'd say it's a transition period. There's a new captain and a couple of changes. As I said, no Ashwin, no Virat Kohli, no Rohit Sharma. So a bit of changes, but I think it's an opportunity for the younger guys coming in as well. There are still some experienced guys in the team who have been playing for a couple of time for India. There's KL Rahul, who's captain India in this format. There's Jasprit Bumrah, who's so dependable, and then there's Rishabh Pant. There's Shubman Gill, who is made the captain as well. So the scores looks pretty good at the moment. India still hasn't announced their 11, but Rishabh Pant has confirmed that Shubman Gill will bat at 4 and he will bat at number 5. So he's basically talked about their positions, the captain, vice captain, but the other position, that is a number 3, has been a talking point as well as to who is going to bat, because Rahul and Jaiswal, he himself said that Rahul and Jaiswal will be opening. So the number 3 is something which is still not sealed. So we have a bit of clarity on that, but I'll still try to make what the 11 could be like. I think, as I said, Rahul and Jaiswal are the openers straight away. The number 3, it could be a lot of guys. It could be Sai Sudarshan, it could be Abhimanyu Easwaran, or it could also be Karun Nair, who is on a good form. He had a pretty good decent IPL, but one positive thing is he's coming off a pretty good domestic season, coming off a lot of runs, especially in the Test format. Has a bit of county experience as well. Scored a double hundred in the county championship the last summer that he played, so he could also be in the reckoning. But I still feel it could be Sai Sudarshan, because he is a lefty as well, and I think the management or the selectors picked him for a reason, as he also has county experience. He has played for Surrey earlier, and he looks, his technique wise and his mental thing is something I feel the selectors are more we're keen to look at, and that's why I feel Sai Sudarshan, as I said, technique wise he looks pretty solid, and I still feel it could be Sudarshan at 3, and then obviously Gill at the captain at number 4, and then number 5 Rishabh Pant. The next 6, 7 could be something that the team might look at. 6, I think, could be Karun Nair, because I feel we still like I said, he's coming off a good domestic form. So just not just rewarding him, but to taking advantage of that form is crucial as well. A person or a player in general who has been scoring runs for a long period of time, he carries confidence with him as well, and as I said, has an experience of playing for a longer time. Be at the crease for long duration is going to be very crucial in this series, and I think Karun has come off pretty good form. So I would have Karun Nair at number 6, and then number 7 Jadeja is locked in as the all-rounder. He will bowl some overs as well as and when required. Now, number 8 is going to be a choice between either Nitish Kumar Reddy or Shardul Thakur. Ideally, in England, you'd want to go with a bowling all-rounder who can offer a bit of batting, because when your three main pacers are bowling, they're going to remain wicket takers, but you also want a side bowler who would bowl a couple of overs, say 5-10 overs, and give the rest period. But Shardul has a knack of picking up wickets as well. We've seen in overseas tours, in 2021 when he was picked in that Oval Test match, he had such good impact, not just with the ball, with the bat as well. That 50 runs were so crucial. But they might lean towards Nitish Kumar Reddy as well, because he has shown glimpses of being good with the bat. He got a century in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, he scored 100. So he's more of your batting all-rounder if you compare it with Shardul. But I'd pick Shardul over him just because in England you want a bowling all-rounder as per se. So I have Shardul at number 8. He scored 100 in the intra-squad game as well. So batting-wise, that will make the team look pretty confident to have him in the team. Just one thing, that Nitish still hasn't bowled a lot of overs, in Test cricket or in first class in England. That's where I think Shardul kind of pips him, and that's why I'd have Shardul at 8. And then your bowlers, that is Mohammad Siraj, Jasprit Bumrah and Prasidh Krishna. So, and I picked Krishna because his height might be crucial to extract bounce on surface. If it does not suit, but his height is one thing. He could play the role that Ishant Sharma actually played, used to play for India. Ishant Sharma was good in the 2018 series, so I was talking about that series per se, but I think Ishant Sharma, whenever he used to play, he used to do that role. So Prasidh Krishna could be something like emulating something like that, with his height. And I think Siraj and Bumrah are noble, and Siraj is had a bit of on and off Border Gavaskar Trophy, but his experience will be pretty will be pretty good. And India would want him to be having his control percentage pretty good spot on, because I felt that in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, control wise he was a bit low, not at his best. But with shorter spells as well, Siraj could do pretty well. So I think this bowling combination supports pretty well. You have 3 proper pacers and then 1 all-rounder, a bowling all-rounder, that is Shardul Thakur, and you still have a 1 spinner as well. And there are reports that the Headingley pitch, other conditions as per se, are drier. It's been pretty dry in England, so pace bowlers, if the pitch is flat, it gets flat, then the paces might not be that conducive. But the weather in England is so unpredictable. We saw that in the World Test Championship final as well. Day 1, day 2, there was a bit of cloud cover, a bit of overcast conditions, supported the pacers. The fast bowlers were on song on the first 2 days, and day 3 and day 4, sun comes out and it is pretty good to bat. So it's quite unpredictable, and I think for that particular reason, it's good to go with your 3 pacers, your 5 bowlers, that is 3 pacers, 1 bowling all-rounder and a lone spinner. Jadeja is a pretty good spinner to have. You can bowl him for 20 overs, especially if you are that adamant that spin is going to play a crucial part. And I think 2 other players who I feel will have a bit of impact going forward in the future in the series are Arshdeep Singh and Kuldeep Yadav. Arshdeep Singh, because he can swing the ball and has a left arm angle as well, and he's also played a bit of county cricket, so he could be taken because Jasprit Bumrah is confirmed to play at least minimum of 3 test matches. So suppose if he's left out for one of the games, then Arshdeep can come in as well with his, as I said, with his angle, with his swing, could be quite a useful component for India. And then Kuldeep Yadav, he might come into in the future in the series, just because of the combination at the moment. The way England bats at a high tempo, they want to keep scoring on and not just get bogged down defending. I think Kuldeep Yadav could be very useful in just because of that component to some of the middle order batters of the English players. So Arshdeep and Kuldeep are, I think, 2 other players who I feel could have could be in the future in the 11 and could play a major part for India. So that looks India's 11 for me. And do let me know then, what do you think of India, or which player would you like to see? Ideally, I think I'd want to see this team. It gives a good batting depth and a good bit of bowling as well. It doesn't leave out that the batting is too much, and it leaves out a bit of less. It doesn't lessen the bowling, I feel. So yeah, that's the Indian team. Talking about the England team, they have announced at 11, and it is on the expected lines. The batting majorly is on the expected lines, but I think there were reports that they were pondering upon Pope or Bethel for number 3, but it's going to be Pope, and yeah, that's the team. Crawley and Duckett are going to be opening, and Pope is going to be at number 3, which has been for last couple of years for them. Then number 4 you have Joe Root, who's going to be very important for them and pretty tough for India to get him out early if they want to win a couple of test matches or win the series as such. But then yeah, then they have Harry Brook at number 5, they have Stokes at 6, they have Jamie Smith the keeper at 7, and then Chris Vokes at number 8, and then Bryden Cars and Josh Tung, and then Shoaib Bashir the lone spinner. So they also are going with a pretty similar is what I expect of the Indian 11 that I just stated out. 3 pacers, 1 bowling order, that is Ben Stokes, and 1 lone spinner. So that is a combination I think that works in England, rightly so. They also feel that way. But England's bowling is relatively new. 2 guys, that is Tung and Cars, are also coming off injuries. But I've seen a bit of both. Cars obviously has bowled pretty well. He bowled well in the last year's series of England in Pakistan and New Zealand. But he's coming off a bit of an injury, so it will be interesting how he goes. But before that, as I stated, in both the series he looked pretty good. Kind of hit the deck bowler, but he has good pace as well. Bowls around 140, more than 140s, so he could be a kind of an X factor for England if he gets his rhythm back. Josh Tung as well. He played in the Ashes in 2023 and initially looked good. His action is pretty good. Can induce a bit of edges if he bowls fuller. But still, he's gone for runs. He went for runs in the Zimbabwe test that they played earlier in the summer. So, it'll be interesting how he goes. But one bowler who I think, and one player who I think is going to be very crucial and is going to probably trouble a bit of Indian batsmen is going to be Chris Vokes. I think he's going to lead this attack, and I think he has these conditions are tailor made for him. He's a proper swing bowler. Earlier, if there is any movement, and I think Chris Vokes is a pretty vital player to have, and I think he's going to be a massive player for England, going to trouble a lot of Indian batsmen as I just said. But he gives you a bit of batting as well at number 8. He's a pretty good batter. He has got hundreds against India as well, in 2018 at Lords. So he's a pretty good all-rounder to have. So I think Chris Vokes is one player that is to watch out from England. And the batting, they are quite batting heavy, I feel, and I think that's what their aim would be, because their bowling, especially at the start of the series, might not look that experienced as such, because there's no Archer, Wood is not there, and Atkinson is injured as well. So we might see at least Atkinson in the future course of the series. So at least at the start, I think they'd want the batters to be, get a bit of, take a bit of toll and out bowl the Indian batters. And if the pitch is flat, it is even bit good for batting. Like I said, it's going to be a bit dry, so it might turn out to be good for batting. Then there's where England's batters might come in and look pretty good. Duckett has been in good form over the last couple of years. So, and he, as I said, all these English batters score at a very good rate. They don't want to defend too much and all that. And Duckett is pretty good at that. Scores runs at a brisk rate. Is good against spinner as well whenever Jadeja will come out. But yeah, I think Duckett is going to be very crucial batting wise. Crawley is also good, but he is a bit inconsistent. And then you have Pope, who's coming off a good knock against Zimbabwe. But I think number 4 and number 5, the batters that they have there, Root and Brook, these two are going to be crucial. Whenever these two come out, India would want them to get back as early as possible, because as I said, Root might take a bit of time, but Brook is similar to Duckett. He wants to keep on scoring, does not let too many dot balls into his innings. So I think there's Stokes as well at number 6, and Jamie Smith at number 7 is also in good form, in the ODI series against West Indies. But I feel Root and Brook are going to be very crucial if India can get them out pretty earlier at a lot of times in the series, and they might have a good series overall. But as I said, Root, he can hold one end, and Brook, who has a tendency to keep on scoring and get those odd boundaries. I think these two are going to be very crucial, and India would want them back as quickly as they can. So overall, their team is also looking pretty good. They've obviously announced the 11, and they also think the combination of going with 5 bowlers, 3 out and out pacers, one bowling all-rounder and a spinner work. So I think that is something I feel India also, do that as well, and play Shardul and then Bumrah, Siraj and Prasidh. And then Jadeja as a lone spinner. But we'll see what 11 India pick out. As a, Rishabh Pant obviously said they are still to clock the number 3 slot. So, and the next series is going to be a long series. As I said, the second test match is at Edgbaston, then they go to Lords in the third test, and at Old Trafford in Manchester for the fourth match, and then finally at Oval in London. And that's where I think Birmingham and Oval would be grounds where I think Kuldeep Yadav might, as I said, Kuldeep and Ajay might play in the future course in the series, and I think that's where he might come in. I think that could be a temptation. India would just want to see how things go, how the pitch behaves, because going in with two, spinners could be a bit of, not a great idea, because then you are shortened with one base. And as I said, the unpredictability of the weather, if it turns overcast, then you are, in your mind thinking, oh, should have gone with one more pacer, because the spinners are not going to be, pretty much helpful here. So I think this is a combination, 3 fast bowlers, as I said, rightly pointed out, 5 bowlers is something that India should look at, in my opinion. And that's it from my end for the series, and particularly for the first match, the teams as such. Do let me know what are your thoughts about the series as such. What do you think of the Indian team that is in transition, and what do you think about the England team, whose I think bowling is a bit inexperienced. Those were my thoughts, and do let me know what do you think, any player that you would want to ideally watch or you think will have a greater impact in the test match or in the series overall. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.